The session is the science of roller coasters. We try and describe how roller coasters work, try and explain some of the physics behind it, how they do the things they do, why they do the things they do, by the forces that act on the human body as you're experiencing the rides.
My science circus show involves the thrills and spills of the circus with added science, and the added science is forces. So I'm looking at how forces interact with the science of the circus.
Today and for the rest of this week I bought a digital planetarium system and we project on the whole of the dome, giving you an immersive experience. For the children this week they have two choices of film, a nice traditional starry show with an introduction to astronomy and stars, and then there's one called Earth's Wild Ride, which is a little bit more for Alton Towers, as it contains some rides and a little bit more motion.
Our forces show is about a 30-minute show, and they come inside and they learn about the fundamental forces. So we talk about pushes, pulls, friction, magnetism, and of course gravity. I'm
sort of the dumb one to Amanda's straight character. I come in and pretend to know everything, and by the process of her explaining it to me, hopefully the explanation is simplified enough. In terms of me portraying the character, I think that it lifts just what could be a fairly dry presentation. It just lifts it a little bit so they pay that little bit more attention.
As entertaining as everything is today, it's curriculum rich. So if you speak to the children afterwards, they should be able to tell you at least one or two things about stars or planets or the moon. So that tells us that we're winning on both sides.
When you take someone out of school, it adds an extra bit of spice, an extra bit of excitement. They don't really know what's going to happen. And of course, when you add education back in, I think the teachers see the educational value as well as it just being a day trip out and a fun thing.
We can do things inside the dome that teachers wouldn't necessarily be able to do in the classroom. We've got special equipment, we've got special chemicals, we've got really exciting scientific demonstrations. So I think it can make science a bit more appealing, really, when you can see all these demonstrations rather than just reading things in a textbook.
The benefit of doing a science talk here, especially one about roller coasters, is that soon after the talk they're actually experiencing what we've talked about. They're experiencing the G-forces, they're experiencing the acceleration, the friction when the brakes stop.
You can see them and you can feel them, and then you can think about them and go, oh, why does it feel like that?
They're really, really enjoying it, and the reaction we're getting from them is amazing. And we can link our shows into, you know, the forces behind the roller coasters. So Rita, for example, goes really, really fast and has a really strong force, and we can relate that in our show, and I think that's really good for the kids.
On the whole, it's been a really positive experience, and I think people are getting a lot out of it.